Guys, the year is almost over. 2024 has almost come to a close, and of course that means there are so many lists released, like year-end lists. Oh, best blank of the year, best white boy underground rap commentary YouTuber of the year goes to Sad Part 2. But yeah, if you're new here, subscribe. Thank you. Also, Merry Christmas, because I mean it's the day after Christmas right now. I hope you guys enjoyed your day. Happy Hanukkah as well. Drop your best present in the comment section and I will rate it 1 to 10, okay? Like if you got an electric razor, that's low-key like a 7.5 out of 10 because it's useful but kind of boring. For me, my favorite gift was probably I'm low-key like grown, so I don't really get those same gifts as I used to as a young boy. But I don't know, my favorite gift was just this funny picture my sister printed out into a frame, okay? My mom got me a Taylor Swift calendar too because she's like a troll. But that's not relevant to the video, okay? Today we're gonna be going over going over a couple lists, the best songs and the best albums of the year, okay? So Pitchfork put out a list, the best songs of 2024 and the best albums of 2024. They're both interesting. The albums is low-key what I'm more excited to go over, but we're gonna go over the songs first just because there were so many underground artists featured on this list, and I mean that's something that you don't really expect to come from a big place like Pitchfork, you know, because Pitchfork is known for their mainstream commentary and like kind of hating on the underground. I don't know if you've seen them do reviews before, but with a lot of underground rap albums, they rate them pretty low, which is why it's super interesting to see, you know, cool underground artists on the Pitchfork Top 100, including number 87 with YT and Lancey Foe's Black and Tan. And if you don't know, YT is like kind of a British like jerk rapper, I guess you could call him, while Lancey Foe is another British underground rapper who's been around for a little bit now, but they collabed on this track called Black and Tan. This is what Pitchfork had to say about it. They said, last year while studying philosophy and French literature at Oxford University, YT found his true calling, making swaggy jerk rap in the vein of Xavier So Based and Netsband. And so, Black and Tan, his breakout collab with Lancey Foe, skillfully absorbed some of their youthful energy for a hit that would smoothly slot into indie underground DJ set. So yeah, basically, they're just highlighting the British influence that came onto this track, and I think having Lancey on the song definitely brought it to a bigger audience. I know YT has kind of been going up for a little bit, like he did the Kids Take Over interview, and a lot of people think it's funny how he went to Oxford University, which is like a super prestigious school, but then he's like an underground rapper. So that's a cool dynamic. And I don't know, the song's good placement from Pitchfork, and I appreciate them showing love to him. Then there was also number 77, which was Laserdisc 700's Asian Rock. And this was probably the breakout track for Laserdisc that kind of brought him onto the underground scene in the first place. And it's a good track, to be honest. It's one of his more listenable songs, in my opinion. This is what Pitchfork had to say. They said, following plug music online feels like monitoring a petri dish. Hyper-specific offshoots of barely established sounds emerge and die off weekly, competing for scraps of attention. While the genre-shifting nature attracts an obsessive, hyper-online audience, Atlanta's Laserdisc 700 has risen above the past year by treating plug as a monolith, approaching all beats under the umbrella with the same feverish intensity, no matter the sound. On Asian Rock, named for the guitar-laden plug-and-beat style developed by producer Benji Cold, Laser wonders aloud what these micro-genre distinctions even mean, as he tears through a series of major seventh chords. The track consists of little more than a 60-second slice-of-life verse about the weirdness of online fame and trips to the corner store, but it loops almost perfectly, with that opening lead guitar lick begging for just one more spin. And shout out to Jude Noel for that piece of writing. Honestly, I say this a lot, but it's really cool to see professional, like real publications talking about underground music in this, I don't know, analytical way, because I think that's the only way that the genre can continue to grow, you know, because if these people just keep kind of taking it as a joke, like a lot of the media coverage of the rap pages are done by, you know, little kids on Instagram pages. So for them to get real serious, I don't know, praise or even constructive criticism, like it's cool to see. At 74, they had Wolfface Joey's Finsta. And Wolfface Joey is like one of those, you know, R&B, sex and B, like underground adjacent to the, I don't know, it's cool music. Finsta was a good track. They said that Wolfface Joey's music already feels like scrolling through Instagram, so a song with this subject matter comes naturally. Blah blah blah. It's corny, vulnerable, and self-assured, as cute as a well-staged promposal. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people do say his tracks are kind of corny. I think there's obviously an audience for it and a pretty cool sound. They also have 40 at number 72, which was the Evil Gianni track featuring Xavier So Bass and Nesben. And bro, this song is great. I'm super happy to see this on Pitchfork's top 100 songs of the year. It could low-key go higher even, but I've seen this. I went to this Xavier So Bass and Snow Strippers show, and this definitely turned the crowd up, bro. Like, people were moshing and stuff, and it's a real high energy song featuring two of the hottest underground rappers right now. The Pitchfork people called it a sucker punch to the back of the head, a minute-long warning shot that lofts Xavier and Net from weirdo SoundCloud kids to potential stars in waiting. And yeah, this song was low-key one of the big starts to Netspen's, you know, reign as well, honestly, because it kind of gave him that real industry look, I guess. First of all, being on a song with Evil Gianni and Xavier, and then also Lucky responded to a tweet about this song saying that, yo, like, these kids are hard, and people were like, damn, Lucky co-signed Netspan, like, that's a big look. And it's true, bro, like, it's a good track, and a lot of people were hating on it, but that Lucky co-sign kind of stamped him a bit. A couple songs up at number 70, they have Che's Pizza Time, and Che had a really good year, honestly. It dropped a lot of good music. I think he dropped songs better than Pizza Time, although Pizza Time is probably the biggest one, and the music video was definitely super cool for it. Pitchfork said that of all the teen rap albums this year, 18-year-old Che's Say So Says was one of the most consistently fun, erupting with crazed stimuli like a high school sleepover at nightcore speed. And yeah, his Say So Says was really good. A lot of people were calling it Underground Album of the Year, and let me know what you guys think about that distinction in the comments. Honestly, I listened to it. I didn't really keep anything in my rotation. There was a lot of good songs on there though, like Blood in My Hair, but there was better underground rap songs, underground rap albums that came out this year, such as Netspen's BAFK. But that's just my opinion, and you can drop yours in the comments, because obviously it's a big album and there's been so many bigger publications or just rap fans underground rap fans in general who have categorized Che's album as the best underground project of the year. At number 35, this isn't underground, but they had Camilo Cabello's I Love It with Playboi Carti, and bro, I love this song. Like, I think this came out during the summer or something. I remember being on the boat listening to this track, and it's like so fire. Carti literally, bro, every song Carti's been on this year, he's literally made his own, turned it into a hit, and this one was no different. Especially that like the outro verse was so hard, and the way he comes on, and the mesh, like Camilo's part isn't bad, but there is a part of the hook and stuff that gets really repetitive and annoying, but overall it was a good track. Then at number 24, they had Playboi Carti's Hood by Air, and what a great track, bro. Carti rolled out a bunch of cool Instagram singles, YouTube singles this year, and this was definitely one of the better ones. They categorized it as after years of shrieks and squeaks, it's easy to forget that Playboi Carti can really spit when he wants to, and he really wants to on Hood by Air. With deep voice chants, flexes, and threats, he tosses his biters' bodies in coffins and icy tundras over a Cardo Got Wings beat that sounds like a demonic orchestra's grand symphony. It's an electrifying performance of supervillain grandeur. As the song closes, after 3 minutes of manic chaos, Carti shouts out his kids, the sun, and the moon. Now I can finally sleep, he warbles, but he's clearly not done yet. And this was actually written by Kieran Press Reynolds, who is, unbeknownst to him, a friend of the channel. We love Kieran Press Reynolds' writing, and yeah, the song is great. I don't even know what people call it, Different Day, or You're the Moon, or I don't even think there was an official title for it, but I like that other one a little bit better. But Hood by Air in 2024. Okay, so it's probably Hood by Air 2024 and Different Day. Those are like in my top 3, no specific order. But yeah, shout out Carti, man, great year for him. Then at number 10, Pitchfork had Jane Remover with Magic I Want You, and this isn't like underground rap even, like this is more hyper pop adjacent in my opinion, but Jane Remover is so fire. Like dropped one of the best albums, or one of my favorite albums of the 2020s. And yeah, it's really cool to see Pitchfork showing the love to another niche underground level artist, even putting them in the top 10, which is super cool. There's also Skywater. This was probably my favorite one. I actually talked to Skywater about this at Rolling Loud. If you want to see more about my Rolling Loud experience, then you can check out this vlog, because there's a little exclusive Skywater interview in there. We talked about this song actually, and even this placement of Pitchfork rating Skywater's Rain at the 6th best song of the year, okay? And definitely up there. Like, Rain is probably one of Skywater's best songs of the year, and it's just super like cool, like the mix, like the vocal distortion, the hard-hitting beat, the lyrics, and yeah, I think it deserves to be up here for sure. They said, the drop on Rain is a mind F every time I hear it. For about the first minute, Skywater's self-produced twinkling ballad is so wistful and lovelorn. Their sung melodies remind them of Lil Uzi, blah blah blah. Then all of a sudden, the blown out 808s erupt, and I love songs like that, bro. Like, those are some of my favorite songs where, you know, it's kind of a chill or beautiful romantic track, and then somehow like the bass drops, the energy rises. Like, I really like that contrast, and Skywater did it so perfectly on this song. Rain is super fire. Got the dog on the cover. Shout out Biggie, man. Super cool track, and super cool to see Pitchfork showing love to like a more niche sound. Then there wasn't any other underground artists on the list, but we do have to show number 1, just because, I mean, we've showed a whole list. We got to show who won, and it unsurprisingly went to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. And kind of a boring pick, to be honest, but I mean, its cultural impact is definitely the biggest song of the year. And I don't listen to it personally, but I still know pretty much every word to like those popular parts and stuff. It just seems like it kind of permeated pop culture, and that's why I think it's kind of fair for it to be number 1. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments though. But now we're gonna get into the really fun part, the best albums of the year. And just before we start the list, if you guys want to drop your favorite albums of the year in the comments, you know, whether it be rap, underground rap, or anything, and we'll see how these stack up against you. First off, they had Chief Keef with Almighty So 2. And I actually listened to this album the night it dropped. I was on stream with my good pal Baba Lamb, and we did this nice stream reaction to it. I think we both enjoyed it, honestly. Like, the energy was cool, but I didn't really add any of the songs to my rotation from that project. They put it at number 49, so just in the top 50. But yeah, they described it as his long exiled from his hometown, where the once vital drill movement has been commodified and curdled, the 29-year-old veteran returned 11 years later with a triumphant sequel, almost entirely self-produced. And yeah, I think the self-produced part is probably the most impressive factor. Chief Keef's been going crazy though. Congrats, man, on your top 50. At number 45, we had 454, which is funny that like 454 at number 45 is 454, so it's like whatever, bro, you get it. He dropped Casts of a Dreamer. Super cool album. This is one of Denzel Curry's favorite artists, coming out of Broward. I believe Broward. I know South Florida. I'm not sure exactly what part, but this was the self-released album. Super underground artist with like crazy flows. I love his music. Super underrated. He has songs with like Black Cray and stuff. Like, he's been around for a while, bro. And this review is low-key kind of cringe. I'll just read the intro. The term flow state, which is really just psychology speak for locked in, feels particularly engineered for hip-hop, a linguistic genre in which the way you say something matters just as much, sometimes even more, than the content of what you've expressed, blah blah blah. It feels supernatural when a rapper floats through time-space, bending the limits of locked-inness to deliver a cascading outburst of liquid truth. Got it? Sure. Okay, I'm not even gonna read the rest. I don't want to be mean to the writer, but I don't know, bro. It feels like a real cringe way of analyzing the project. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even listened to that entire album, although, you know, I'm sure it's good because 454 is great. So maybe I'll check it out after this, but let me know what you guys thought of it if you've listened. At number 37, which is pretty high up on the list, honestly, and this is an album that's actually gotten a lot of good reviews, but it's Leisha G, Groovy Step and Shit. And Leisha G is an underground female artist from Atlanta, I believe, and her rapping was like super fire on this project. She's been around the underground plug scene for a good amount of time now, but this album was definitely her biggest look, I believe. And I think that if you haven't listened to it, then you definitely should. They said that her loud whisper raps were taken to another level, backed by instrumentals that are like if Beethoven grew up in the arcade instead of the church. But after a few listen, Trini's waterfall of rainbow-hued synths and blaring digital horns start to transcend any comparisons that come to mind. And yeah, this low-key might be the highest rated, or one of the highest rated female rap albums, just in general, not even underground. One of the highest rated female rap albums of the year. So you should definitely check that out if you're into rap music in general. At number 29, they had Keep It Going Zave. The 29th best album of the year went to Xavier So Based, guys. Like, it's crazy to see how his career has kind of been blossoming over the past few years. And this album was definitely a fan favorite, review favorite. Like, everyone seems to love it, and they describe it as Xavier So Based was only 20 when he recorded Keep It Going Zave, blissed out designer rap, but his understanding of the ephemerality of youth lends emotional impact to what might otherwise have just been killer party music. Quote, I just haven't been skating that much, I've been trying to skate, Zave confides on Fan Out to the mixtape's host DJ Renesee. A casual remark rendered profound when the beat suddenly ruptures, splintering like sand that's been particle accelerated down a celestial hourglass. There's so much to experience in this life, so many parties to hit up, but so little time. If you're trying to skate, do it now. And yeah, I mean, cool project. There's some really good songs on there. Xavier So Based is always going hard, and I don't know, seeing him in the top 30 this isn't even top 30 rap albums, seeing him ranked in the top 30 albums of the year by a publication like Pitchfork, like, I'm gonna keep saying it, it's just super cool to see. Then at number 12 we have a callback to earlier in the video with Skywater's Gigi. And again, Skywater had 6th best song of the year and 12th best album of the year. Like, bro, Skywater is on a run, and super cool person. This album Gigi was super good as well. And I don't know if you guys have checked it out, but it's like something different. I don't know, I think that's what Skywater kind of brings, like a refreshing sound. I mean, there's songs like Shut Up and Drive, and then Rain was on that album even, which is the one that Pitchfork put it 6th best song of the year. Bleach, Real Feel, Run, these are all amazing songs, and it was described as intoxicating, yearning. The British rapper and producer embarks on transatlantic treks, journeying from Brazil for funk-infused rhythms to Jersey for headbanging 808s, to breathe life into their auto-tuned melodies until they burst with aching emotion. Gigi feels like a party and a plea, desperate to leave with someone before it even begins. And I mean, yeah, the project is super great. I think it definitely deserves to be up there. There are a couple albums that I do feel like missed out on their placements, but we'll go over that at the end, because at number 8 they had Blade's Cold Visions. And if you had told me, 4 years ago, when I think I started listening to Blade 6 years ago, between 5 and 6 years ago, if you had told me that Pitchfork put Blade as a top 10 album of the year artist, I would have been like, bro, there's no way. Like, this is Blade, bro. This is the dude who dropped, I wanna feel this way. Sorry, I got off track, but yeah, Cold Visions, low-key, not even one of his best albums, but super long and super packed with energy and, crazy, filthy beats and stuff. So putting them at number 8 is really cool. Cold Visions was fire. This says, they quote one of his lyrics. It says, I got so old, I got embarrassed to even be here, Blade confesses in Cold Visions opening seconds. Now 30, the Drain Gang CEO surveys the empire of ultra online hype beasts he's built from scratch, and for once seems to genuinely wrestle with the possibility that beating a nerdy white guy flexing your Balenci's might not actually be the most flattering look. After years of gliding between cloud rap and hyperpop, without being beholden to either, all the fairy tale imagery and auto-tune cooing has led him directly to a cliff. And yeah, I mean, this album was literally fire. It kind of low-key gives me anxiety. Like, I listened to it a lot and I liked all the music, but whenever I try to listen through now, I just get this like anxious feeling in my chest for some reason. I don't know. This was definitely a big year for Blade though, and he was featured on Brat, which Pitchfork actually gave, or he was featured on the Brat remix, which Pitchfork actually gave 2nd best album of the year, Charlie XCX Brat. Charlie XCX definitely snapped with this. I think every girl in your life has probably listened to it and enjoyed it. So this was a fair placement. Then at number 1, just to be fair, I'm gonna show it, Cindy Lee with Diamond Jubilee. And I've never heard of Cindy Lee nor Diamond Jubilee, though they call it a 32-track magnum opus from the glamorous alter ego of Canadian musician Patrick Flegel. Oh wait, so Cindy Lee is Patrick Flegel, apparently. I don't know who that is either. But yeah, they seem to really enjoy that one. Probably not going to listen to it, but let me know in the comments if I should. I mean, this list was made before BAFK dropped, but I think Nesben would have definitely been on here. Like, that was just such a perfect summarization of being a kid and stuff. Maxon dropped a really cool album. I liked the Shed Theory album, the Glaive album, the Fake Mink projects. There's a Spanish underground rapper, Zell, who dropped a super fire album y'all should check out if you've not heard of him. I think the Babyface Ray project was really good. The Destroy Lonely project was really bad, so I'm glad that wasn't on here. But let me know what you think missed out and what do you think were the good placements were. I think it's really cool to see Pitchfork, like I've said a bunch of times, like showing love to these underground artists, and this scene just continues to grow and get more public recognition. So I hope it continues, and I'm glad to be one of the voices within here. If you've watched this far, thank you so much. Drop a like, drop a comment, and drop a subscription if you're not subscribed already. Thank you, and hope you have a great 2025.